When you log into Canva, you are going to see this. Now the first thing you need to do, click on the plus sign. Now select this, select Instagram post square, this one, select this is the size we are going to be using. Now you see something like this, just place your hands on the top and drag it down like this. Now when you drag it down, the first thing you need to do, click on the background. Now when you click on the background, you are going to see color. Click on the color. Now scroll to the bottom, you see purple color. Want to pick a purple color, so click on the purple color. Now after doing this, the next thing you need to do, click on the cancel button here. When you click on the cancel button, you are going to see this stuff. You see design, element, tests, you see them at the bottom. Now the first thing we are going to do, we are going to be writing our text, so click on text. Now you will see text, you see add a heading, add a subheading, add a little bit of body text. Now I'm going to click on add a heading. Now I'm going to write cakes by Annie. I'll first of all write cakes first. So I've written cakes. So the next thing I want to do, I want to change the font of these cakes. So I'm going to click on font. I'll click on font. Now after clicking on font, I'm going to click on this place. I want to type in the particular type of font that I want to use. So I'll click on it. I'll write Acton, that's ANTON. I'm going to click on it, and you see it here. This is Acton font. This is a font I want to use, so I'm going to click on it. Click on it, you see that the font has changed. It's actually a very nice font, so I'm going to place it here like this. Now what the next thing I will do, I'll click on this stuff. Look at what I circled. I want to copy this and I'll place it at the bottom, and I'll write cakes. I'll write by Anne, by Annie. So I'm going to reduce this, and with the help of this, I'm going to hold it and I'll position it at the back of this. Sorry, at the bottom of cakes. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, let me move this up. Okay, the next thing I want to do, I want to write the list of things this particular business does. So what am I going to do? I'll click on my text again. I'm going to click on add a subheading. So I will write we bake, and then I'm going to put something like hyphen, and I will reduce the size and place it here like this. I think this size is too much. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this we bake, and then after clicking on it, I'm going to click on effects. And then under effect, the last part, we are going to see background here. So I'm going to click on background, and you see now that this stuff now has a background. Now to customize our background, just click on this stuff at the middle, click on it, and then you'll be able to spread it and even make it look more round. Then for color, this is the color part. I'm going to pick white, and if you notice, our text is gone because our text color is white, but we can always change that. So I'm going to come here, I'll click on this place, and I'll change the text color to black. Okay, so problem solved. Okay, having done that, the next thing we are going to do, I'll click on test and bring in the list of things this business sells. So I'll click on test, and I will click on add a little bit of body text. So this is it. Now if you notice, they are all aligned at the middle, and this is not what I want. So what do? I will scroll, and I will look for this stuff, B format. I'll click on it, and then I'll click on this place so that all my text will be aligned properly. Then I'm going to come here, I'll reduce it, and then I'm going to place it here like this. Please note, this particular stuff here, this one is just dash. This particular dash is in your keyboard. This is it, your normal hyphen that you normally use for, like, let's say you are writing something, so in case you are typing it, so that you know what to use when you are typing it. Okay, so let's continue. So I'm just going to put the list of things this business sells here. Now the next thing I'm going to do, watch, I'm going to go to elements. I'll click on elements, and I want to bring in this shape, so I'll click on it, and then this is it. It's a square shape, right? So I'm going to use this, and I will drag it so it will fill up this place. Then I'll click on my color, I'll click on color, and I'll change the color to white. It's easy, right? I'll change the color to white. Now having done that, I'll press this place to cancel this. I'll go to my gallery. I want to bring in those cake pictures that were there in the flyer. There were some cake pictures that were there, so I want to bring them in now. So I'm going to click on them. I'll just click on them, click 1 2 3, and I'm going to click on add to page. So I'll click on add to page. Now this is the stuff, so I'll just reduce them, or reduce their size, and remember, we can use this to move our stuff, so I'm going to use it, and I'll start moving them. So this is the second one. I'm going to move it. Now if you notice that they are not the same size, you can always reduce your size. So this is the third one, it's not the same size as the rest. I've reduced the size. Okay, so please, if you notice in the flyer I sent you people, they have this kind of whitish stuff around the images. So I'm going to show you how it was done. So I have clicked on one of the image now, so I'll click on style, and I'm going to increase border width. As you can see, it's not having border. So this is it. The border width is 5 that I increased it to. Okay, so now that you have increased border width, this stuff border color will come up for you. So click on the border color and change it to white. Now I'll do the same thing for the second one and the third one. So I'm going to click on it, I'm going to click on style, I'm going to increase the border width. Remember the first one we increase it to 5, so I'll just increase this one to 5, and I'll come to color, make it white. I'll do the same thing for the third one, increase it to 5, come to border color, and I'll make it white. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I want to write my text, that address stuff. So I'm going to click on text, and I'm going to click on add a little bit of body text. So I'll click on add a little bit of body text. So this is what I wrote. You can write any address there, any address you feel like writing. You can also write your business address there if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to place this here like this. Now if you notice the text, we can't see it. The reason I've not changed it yet is because I want to put background on it. So I'm going to just click on my cancel. Okay, I'll click on the text, I'll scroll to my right, and I'll look for effects, and I'll go to background. Now this stuff is black, it's not black we want, so I'll click on the middle, and I'll click on color, and I'll change the color to purple. Okay, so this is it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I want to bring in the lady's image. So I'll click on gallery, and I'm going to click on the lady's image and click on add to page. So this is it. I'm just going to increase the size of the image, and I'll place it here like this. Now the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in another image again. I'll click on my gallery. This is the image I want to bring in. So I'm just going to increase the size of the image, and I'll place it here like this. The next thing I will do, I'll click on transparency and reduce the transparency, as you can see. Now after reducing the transparency, I'm going to scroll. I'll look for position. I'll click on position, and I'll take it to back. Now this is our final design. So all I need to do now is to save my work. To save it, I'm just going to click on this, and I'll save it to my gallery.